Hello everyone, my name is Ruger and I hope you're having an awesome day. Today we're going to talk about 1.19, the wild update and everything that's coming with the update, the mobs, the blocks, the items. And if you guys enjoy this video and it helps a lot, consider hitting the like button and subscribe to more. Helps a lot, I do appreciate it. And let's hop right on into it. So to get started, first two big things in this update are two biomes, the upgraded swamp biome, and also the deep dark and ancient cities. So we have the deep dark and ancient cities, and that will be where the warden is, and tons of loot and stuff like that, and all the skulks and all the skull cousins and everything like that. And then you'll have these swamps with the frogs and tons of things like that, and tadpoles, and the new mud and everything like that. And then also over here in this area, we have the mobs that are coming in the update. We have the warden right here in this area. Over here we have the warden, and then we have the allays over here in this area, and then we have the frogs, and then we also have the tadpoles. And then also over here in this area, we got the wood in this area. We got all different kinds. This is the mangrove wood that's coming to the swamps, so you can get the boats, you can get the planks, you can get the fences, the fence gates, the stairs, the door, the trapdoors, the slabs, the pressure plates, the buttons, and the signs. And then you go over here, and this is the mangrove, let's see, mangrove popsicle or whatever. And then this is also the tree. So this is the sapling for the tree. You can go ahead and use it like any other tree sapling in Minecraft. You can bone mill it or just leave it out in the open, and it will grow over time. It will grow in any biome as far as I know. This one just grew here naturally. I literally just planted the sapling, and it grew by itself. And I believe these are the saplings you get from it. I don't know, I think you have to like bone mill it, or like you have to still touch it or anything like that. I think you'd be able to go ahead and just tap on it, it falls off. Or when you chop down the tree and the leaves decay, I believe. I think the leaves decay. I'm not 100% certain on that. And then over here in this area, you can get the chests and boats, the boats and chests, and you get every single type. You can get the oak, you can get the spruce, the birch, the jungle, the acacia, and then the dark oak, and then also the mangrove as well. And you can go ahead over here, and you can see we just picked up a couple of these animals with the one going and take a ride in these boats. And in order to access the chests and the boats, if you're out of the boats, you can go ahead and just crouch and then right click or access it by tapping on it, and you should be able to go ahead and access the boat inventory. Or if you're in the boat, you just open your inventory, and then there you go, you have access to your chest inside. And if you want to access your own inventory, you're gonna have to go ahead and get out of the boat and then like open it up right here, as you can see. And then yeah, so and over here in this area we have the tadpoles and the buckets right here. So the bucket of tadpole, and then you can carry your tadpoles around. Now there is 3 different kind of types of frogs. So these frogs over here in this area, these are just the ones you'll find in the swamps and in the plains, stuff like that. So what you do is you go ahead and you can take this to the snowy biome, and if you do, you'll get the snow frog. If the tadpole grows up in a snowy cold place like the iceberg biomes or the snow biomes, and then if they grow in a warm place like this plains biome or the swamps, they will go into this orange kind of color, and they will be, the swamp kind of types for the warm biomes. And then if you go ahead and if one of them grows up in the desert, it will become like a desert frog, and it will go ahead and yeah, it will go ahead and be kind of like a white kind of like frog, and it's really nice. And they all give a certain kind of lights, which we should go into in a minute here. We also have the disc fragments, I believe this we call disc fragments. You get 9 of these, and you make the new music disc, which is over here, which is called, let's see, I think it's what it's called right here. I can't say that. I'm gonna probably butcher it. But anyways, it's a new music disc. And then over here in this area, we got the echo shards as well. This is for the recovery compass. So the recovery compass is over here in this area. And the recovery compass does is if you die, you can pick up a recovery compass, any recovery compass you want. You don't have to like do any kind of special thing like right click on or anything like that. It will point to whoever's holding the compass. It will pinpoint to the last location that player died. So for instance, if I died, I don't know, like 1,000 blocks that way, I died, I came back here, I picked up this compass, all of a sudden, it would point that way. And it would show just kind of like the overworld spawn for regular compass. I would keep going that way, and if I went too far, I would go back. It would be pointing this way, and then it'll, until you point to the exact location where you died, and that way you can be able to find yourself. And also, I think the warden's getting mad again, and he's shooting sonic waves at the OLAs. Oh no, I better take care of this real quick. And also in this area, we have the other side disc. Now, the other side disc is already in the game, but there is a higher chance of finding it in the ancient cities. So in strongholds and in dungeons, you'll have a 2% chance, I believe, of finding it. And then in the ancient cities, you have an 8% chance. And literally the other day, I was exploring one of these worlds, and I found an ancient city, and it had like 2 other side discs in a chest, and another one in the other part of the city. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. So if you need any like a whole bunch of like other side discs for your server mates on your server, or you just want a whole bunch in your single player world, or just want one, go to the ancient cities. Definitely a good idea. You'll get probably a whole bunch of them. And over here we have a bunch of goat horns. Apparently they're adding these into the game. For a while they had copper horns as well. Wasn't sure if they're going to add them in the game. Apparently they're not going to. But we have about 8 goat horns here. So we have I think Ponder, Sing, Seek, Feel. I think of Meyer, and then Call, and then Yorn, I think. So pretty cool. And they all have their different kinds of, the noises they make and everything like that. And then over here in this area, we've got the mud section. So we go over here, we have our mud, and then we have our muddy mangrove roots, and then we have our mud bricks, and then we have our packed mud. So we have all these different kinds of types of mud, which can be very nice for building and things like that. And you'll be able to find just the regular mud in the swamps, I believe. And then you can go in and probably craft these up. I don't know. I think you might be able to find this naturally in the swamps too, I believe. And then maybe these in the swamps. I think you might be able to find these naturally in the swamps. I'm not 100% certain. And then you'll be able to craft these up using some of these blocks and stuff like that. And you'll get the walls and then the stairs and then the slabs for the mud bricks right here, as you can see. So the mud brick stairs and stuff like that. And yeah, and over here in this area, you got some new blocks. We've got the reinforced deep slate. We have the skulk sensor. We also have the skulk screecher and the skulk callus, and also the skulk vein, and then just the regular skulk. So there you go on that. A good variety of these. Also, you cannot push these. You can't push these with pistons or anything like that. Some people believe there's like a portal structure with these and the agency. Some people think it's a portal. Not 100% certain. But not even the warden, not the warden, nor the wither or the dragon. Nothing can destroy this. It seems like so far, as far as I know, nothing can really destroy it, as far as I know. So unless you're obviously in creative mode, and you can always go ahead and break it, but and then those guys go off. But anyways, other than that, besides being in creative mode, I don't think you could break it, and yeah, it's pretty tough. And over here in this area, we've got new ways of getting renewable clay and terracotta, because if you guys didn't know, you can go ahead and smelt clay in the furnace and it turns into terracotta. Then you can dye the terracotta any color you want to get any kind of terracotta you want. So you don't really have to go to find a Mesa Plateau, although you get larger quantities there and get a lot faster, so I do recommend that. But if you go over here, we have a renewable way of getting clay now. So you can get your renewable clay and terracotta and stuff like that in your bricks and stuff like in your brick blocks. So all you need to go and do is grab your mud, and you can go ahead and you can place it on top of here, and it'll start dripping out the dripstone. So it's gonna start, sucking all the, I guess, the moisture out of the mud, and it'll over time slowly it will drip, drops of water on the ground or in a cauldron if you want, and it'll soon turn into clay. And then you can go ahead and do whatever you want with it. If you want to do mud, mud, you can go ahead and do brick blocks or anything like that, or terracotta or something like that. Also, wool will affect these skulks, so if you don't want to go ahead and trigger the warden, and you don't want the skulk sensors to go off, or the skulks, you go on ahead and you put wool around it. So if you put wool around it, and then you follow right here, I'm following right here right now, and then I go ahead and keep just following, and it won't, it won't sense me. But if I go over here and I go ahead and I follow down right here, it, senses my presence, because there's not wool there. But if I go ahead and do that, and then I fall down, it won't sense me. And if you want to go ahead and make sure no noise from the top, you get to it, you just go ahead and just cover that up. So you can do some really cool redstone stuff, because these guys do set redstone signals, so you can do some wireless redstone now and stuff like that. And I recommend when you go into ancient cities, if you're worried about the warden spawning, you want to get the other treasure though, just go on ahead and, speed bridge your way across everywhere. Or if you fall off, go on ahead and, throw yourself a wool block before you hit the bottom. Kind of a clutch. And then that way you can go ahead, even if you take a little bit of damage, they won't hear you. And that way you can just go ahead. And also, I believe you can use the wool carpets as well. So that will save you some resources and materials. So there you go on that. And over here, we have a renewable way of getting the frog lights. So we have free frog lights right here. We go on ahead right here in this area. We got free frog lights you guys can go ahead and obtain. Now, you'll need the 3 different kinds of frogs. You'll need the snowy frog, the desert frog, and the swamp frog as well. And they will grow depending on the biome. So if you go in and a tadpole grows up in a desert, it'll be a desert frog. And if a tadpole grows up in the snowy biome, it'll be a snowy frog. And then if it goes up in the swamp or in a plains here, it'll just be like a swamp frog. And over here in this area, so, and all you need to go ahead and do after that is to go on ahead and grab yourself a frog egg over here. And then we'll go on ahead and we'll put one in here. And then you guys should be able to see right here in just a second. I might have to put a couple in there in order to get them to do it. But you got the little magma cubes right here. The baby magma cubes only can work. And as you can see right there, they go in and they eat them up. They go in and gobble them up right there. So they only do it with baby magma cubes. So warning there. They don't do the mediums and they don't do the big ones. They only do the babies. So you can go ahead. These guys will produce the yellow ones. And then I believe the desert ones will produce the pearlescent ones, and then the coal bio ones would produce the green ones. And also up here in this area, we also have the allay. So the allay can go on ahead and it can pick up items for you, and also it can do basically unstackable item sorters now. So you go ahead and you can do a put allay right here, and then you can give it a item. Let's just say we're gonna give it a pearlescent frog light, and then we're going ahead and we're just gonna go ahead and fine tune this note block right here, and we also have a Minecraft hopper underneath this note block because hoppers can't collect items through solid blocks, so we want to go ahead and put that underneath it if you guys have trouble, and it put hoppers all the way around. And then you can go ahead over here and you can just throw a bunch of these items around here. I'm going to go ahead. Oh dear, I didn't have enough over here. Let me go ahead and grab this. And then we'll go over here in this area. Then we'll go ahead and we can refine tune it again. I believe it lasts us 30 seconds. So I believe the LA will go on ahead and they will stay connected to that note block for about 30 seconds, I think, or something like that. And then also recently they changed it to where their search range will be 32 blocks. It used to be 64, but it was causing some lag. So now they do it to 32 blocks. They'll search around 32 blocks around the note block area, kind of unloaded range. As you can see right there, he drops all the items into, right by the note block. And it all goes into the, hoppers and into the chest, into the chest over here. And yeah, really useful. Also, if you don't want to do the note block, you don't have to do note block. You can always go ahead over here. I believe we might have to break this though, because I might remember it for a little bit. But if we go ahead and we throw a bunch of these on the ground right here, they're gonna pick it up and then they're gonna throw it to me. So they can go ahead and do this. You can throw a whole bunch over there. They'll pick it up, and they can only carry a stack worth of items. So for instance, if I go ahead and I throw this stack of the frog lights, they'll throw the stack to me. They'll be able to collect the entire stack. Now if I throw 2 stacks though, so let me go on over here, let me grab 2 stacks, and let me just say I go ahead and throw this stack and this stack, and then as you can see right there, they're not going to be able to collect that stack. They're going to collect this stack first, and then they'll be able to collect that stack. Of course, it might take them a second, then they realize there's one there you go. And then also if I go ahead over here, as they're giving it to me, I can go ahead and just do this, go around everywhere around here. It doesn't matter where it is, long to the 32 block area, and then they'll just keep giving it to me. But if you don't want it to go to you, you can just go ahead and do the note block, and then they'll go to the note block. As long as you refine tune it every once in a while, I believe you tap on it every once in a while. And then, yeah, also I believe there's a couple of achievements and advancements in both editions you'll be able to get from the LA, so that's going to be really, really cool. And I'll probably make a video about it once I figure out exactly which ones they're going to be giving, as you can see here. But you can just give them all different kinds of types of blocks, and tons of things like that. Program of any kind of block you want, even one of these, but I don't know if you can get these in survival really easy. And other things like that. You can even give them a warden egg if you want. And also, if you have a sword, so for instance, if we go ahead and spawn one right here, we give him one of our swords, and then we go ahead and let's throw 2 swords on the ground, all right? And it's able to give us 1 sword, and then let me go ahead and just throw, try to see if you can throw 2. I think I was about to throw 2 a minute ago. Hold on, you go ahead and grab myself another sword. Okay, so there we go. So throw a sword here and 1 right here, all right? And then they should come over here in this area, and as you can see, they only can pick up 1 sword. So as you can see right there, they're all going to pick 1 at a time because that takes 1 slot, and they only have 1 slot available to them. So they want to take up 64 items of stackable items, or, Ender Pearl 16 or A16, and then they will only go ahead and pick up, the sword, because it's an unstackable item, they only pick up 1 of those, which is actually still good for the unstackable items, so you can sort your totems now and stuff like that, so that is really nice, right, about the LAs being able to go ahead and sort items like that and things like that. So there's tons of things in this update. I'm really, really excited. Also in this area, we have the Swift Sneak enchantments over here in this area, so let me go ahead and clear some room out of my inventory, and we got the Swift Sneak 1, 2, and 3. So what Swift Sneak does, and you can put in all the armor as you can see right here. And so what Swift Sneak does, it goes on your pants, it goes on your leggings, and then you go on ahead, and as you can see, so if I start going ahead and let me just stop flying, of course. And if you go ahead and I crouch and I just go ahead and go around here, you can see I'm moving super slow. This is supposed to help you in the deep, dark, ancient cities and stuff like that. And also just about a project for building in general. And also, you can see right here, so I'm going ahead crouching and going super slow, right? As you can see. Now watch closely. If I... Oh, hello, sir. How you doing? You watch closely. They're going right here. And I go ahead and equip this as you can see, I am moving faster now. So basically, you can kind of just walk around slash crouch. And also, you won't go in, and since you're crouching, you aren't going to make any noise. So if we try it again, I'll show you. So I'm going crouch. I go super slow right here, as you can see the speed. And then if I go and do this, as you can see, I go a lot faster. And it will just depend on the Swift Sneak that you get. I recommend putting Swift Sneak free on your armor, obviously. Probably the best and highest enchantment for that. Swift Sneak 1 and 2 you can get if you can put it on if you want to, and you don't really got money under enchantments, and you're still looking for ancient cities to loot. But yeah, that'll give you the most speed when you're crouching. If you do Swift Sneak 1 or 2, you're not going to go as fast, but you'll still go ahead and go pretty fast. Also, guys, we also have the frog eggs over here in this area, which you go ahead and obtain from the frogs, and you can go ahead and put them in the water, and then they will pop, and then they will, the tadpoles will come out of the frog eggs, because you're not going to be able to get these. These are all in creative mode, so you're all going to be able to get tadpole eggs in creative mode. So these are the frog spawn, and you go in over here in this area, and you just go in over here, and you just put them in the water, and then they'll go in, and they'll hatch, they'll pop after a while, and then there'll be little tadpoles in the water. So if you want to go ahead, you can put a couple of these in the desert rivers nearby, and in the snowy ones, make sure there's torches nearby, obviously, because ice will come. I don't know if ice would replace the frog spawn with like the water would turn into ice where the frog spawn is, and it would pop off or anything like that. I don't think so. And also, I'm getting followed around here with an army of LAs. So there we go. Well, I hope you guys do enjoy it. I hope you guys are excited as I am for the 1.19 update and everything that's coming to it as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. And have an awesome day, everyone.